Job for us at the beatification of Benedict Daswa. Very good morning to Sam Marshall. Interesting that his mother stayed in the village even after, after the death of her son. Remember he was killed by villagers for refusing to pay a sangoma. There's an article in the Sunday Times that says, she decided to stay in that village anyway, regardless of the circumstances that surrounded her son. Sam Marshall, a very good morning to you.
Good morning, Lebo, once again, and to our viewers, rightfully so. It just shows the strength of conviction of the Daswa family and the work Benedict was doing in areas like the Tishanina village and the surrounds here in Toya and Doe. A little bit earlier, we did speak to his children to get a sense of the legacy their father has left on him, and the fact that at his beatification ceremony today into sainthood, it's the world's spotlight on this part of the world and what that reflection leading up to this process has been for the family. Now, a little bit earlier, you mentioned it, I've mentioned it, and we've heard various speakers talk about that fateful day on the 2nd of February 1990, the very day that President F.W. de Klerk made that announcement that President Nelson Mandela would then be released. It was on that day that Benedict Daswa dropped off his sister-in-law and her very sick child at a hospital. On his way back, he was stopped in the road by overturned fig tree. Little did he know that there was a group of individuals, people with an agenda, and their agenda was to kill him. And they brutally murdered him, stoned him to death, and also killed him with some knopkeries. Right now, I'm joined by a very close friend and somebody who was deeply impacted and has made it his life's mission to carry on the work of Benedict Daswa. It's Tata Chris Mpapuli. Tata, thank you very much for joining me here this morning. We know the story, but I'd like to hear your version of that fateful day, the 2nd of February in 1990.
Thank you very much. Yes, like you have indicated, he was coming back from dropping somebody else. When he came back, the road was blockaded, and then the stones came from both directions, left and right, and he ran for his life straight to the Shebin, where they followed him, and he was taken outside when the mob had already gathered there. One amongst the mob wanted to hit him on the head with a knobkerrie, but then the other said, "Not now." Later on, while others were busy singing, chanting, and asking him some nasty questions, then that man with a knobkerrie hit Benedict on the head right here, and they crushed his skull. Then the brain and the blood oozed out. Then he fell down dead, and they poured water, hot water for that matter, on the wounds and everywhere, just to make sure that he's finally dead.
What then happened with the case? Tata, what happened to the case then?
Yes, what happened with the case was those perpetrators were arrested. But after arrest, we learned that, the magistrate said that the docket has been lost, and then they were released.
How has your life and the life of the very people, his family, the people that were involved, the people that were deeply affected by it, how will your life changed on that day?
Actually, from that day, the life changed because, we could see those people who killed him. Some of them were teachers, and we were working with them. Like I've indicated, I am a school principal. When we went to the meetings, we could meet these people, but we were friendly to them. they themselves, they used to want to get out of us. Now, even with the family, the family wanted to forgive them, but they themselves didn't want to be forgiven. I'm saying this because most of them, when you just want to know a bit about Benedict, they will say, no, we are not for that.
He had very strong beliefs. One of it was that he did not believe in witchcraft. He didn't believe in paying sangomas. How did a lot of his beliefs, you have been a very strong proponent of carrying through his legacy. Has there been a change? He's been very strong against witchcraft. Have you seen a change in this community?
There's a little bit of change anyway, because one of the killers is now a Christian. He's attending church with the brother to Benedict. But with the rest of some of them, I think they will change as time goes by, more especially now that we now have beatification.
Okay, that's a close friend of Benedict Daswa, Tata Chris Mpapuli. He's also a lay pastor and a principal of a secondary school in this area, just sharing his experiences on that fateful day, the 2nd of February 1990, when Benedict Daswa was brutally murdered. Of course, today it's the beatification ceremony that will be led by Cardinal Angelo Amato. Hopefully a little bit later we'll have a chat to him. We'll unpack that process for you a little bit later. I have to apologize about the noise, but you can only imagine close to 35,000 people now, and there is still an incredible backlog making their way here. That ceremony starts at just at about 10 o'clock. We're expecting the Deputy President of South Africa, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa. We'll have a chat to the Premier, Mr. Stan Matabata, and a list of other people. We'll also have a chat to Helen and Lofunso Daswa, the brother, and his son and daughter. We'll have a chat to them a little bit later. We take an ad break. You don't go anywhere.